Welcome back guys to YT101, your online class today, and may this be beneficial and fruitful to all, whether you are a mass comm students of IPTA or you are the media practitioner. Okay, maybe this is a refresher course for you guys, okay, refreshing all the things you've learned before, and if it's giving you the benefit, then you can stay tuned to more online class like this for free. Yeah. Now, history has taught us a lot in terms of advertising, traditional media, and also new media. Okay, we always focus on new media platform: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. And advertisers are more prone to using this because the number of viewers, the number of people using it is higher compared to traditional media, TV, radio, and so on. Okay, but have to remember, radio example is still a part and parcel of our life. Whether we like it or not, radio and TV is still a part of our life. It's now considered as the background of our life. Previously, it's the forefront. Without watching TV, our childhood may not be complete, especially for the kids growing up in the 80s and 90s. TV is the go-to, okay, kind of entertainment at the time. But nowadays, in today's generation of millennials and also Generation Z, they are more prone to new media. Now, for today, we're going to talk about what works best for radio. And even though radio has become demoted into just a background of our life, it still has the function of giving information, entertainment, and above all else, everyone can enjoy radio wherever they go. Okay? Now, let's see here. Radio is a private experience. Yes, of course. It's shared. Okay? It is also being a shared experience if you are driving in a car or listening to Astro Radio or RTM or local route radio like CATS. Okay? It is shared with everyone. That is with you in your car, example. Yeah? Now, radio maintains a sole base in car listening. Okay, talk radio, sports, entertainment, you name it. Yeah, radio continues to go counter to our soundbite. Okay, for example, 60-second length advertisement to the full-on advertisement spot. Okay, now it's a one-on-one medium. One-on-one medium means that we spend more time with radio than any other media platform, not just then, still now. Why do I say this? Because even though our hands are like this, we're still gonna listen to radio in the car, or we're still gonna listen to the sound of the TV, even though we're not looking at the TV, but at least it's not that quiet when you do things, for example, browsing and so on and so forth. Okay, now radio. It's a medium, okay? Over 20 hours a week, according to the Radio Advertising Bureau of the US. But we are not really listening to the radio, but we are simply just hearing. That's the thing. Listening and hearing are two different kind of meaning. Yeah? Listening, you really listen to everything being said. Hearing is like this, masuk kiri, keluar kanan. That's hearing, just a glance. So you tend to forget, and then you can ask, can you repeat again? That's other hearing. Okay, it's a comforting background sound, and sadly enough, TV is also a comforting background sound. Okay, there's a dozen of different format of radio. Okay, all talk radio, podcasts, all sports, classic, all the radio you listen on Astro Radio, you can nail it down. Everything from jazz, opus, rock, classic rock, and everything is there. Okay, example. Now, basic principles of radio advertising focus on one idea, that is to be direct and clear. And radio is all about the mental imagery that you want to project in the listener's mind. Okay? It's hard to do, but you can do it in terms of the tone of voice, sound effects, and the things that trigger the mind to visualize the whole scenario. That's the tricky part. It's different. If visual, the tricky part for visual is that you want to retain the focus of the viewer. Means you have to put graphics, have to put catchy models here and there to get through the 30-second TV advertisement. For radio, it's more about the mental imagery of the listener. Okay, think about the program environment. Means that when you're doing advertisement for hits, it's different from advertisement format for light. You know what I mean? Hits, youngsters as early age as Darjah 6, for example, listen to hits until late 30s, for example. Then early 30s onwards mix, and late 40s and upwards is light. Okay, example lah. So the product placement for each category must reflect the station's ongoing theme. So that's the thing. Okay, that's under how you put it in program environment. Okay, now don't splinter your effort. Yeah, use some element of TV advertisement, some element, so that when they watch TV, they also can see, there's a similarity between radio and TV, because they all go hand in hand. The TV, radio, and everything is a unison kind of effect. So it's all unison, okay, uniform and everything from one media to another. Okay, stretch the listener's imagination. Okay, how to stretch them is by making them visualize in the mental projection in their mind. How to visualize? Using sound effect, using the tone of voice, using the script and everything. Yeah, you can transport people from Malaysia to somewhere else in Italy, for example. If you put some Italian music there and you put someone talking Italian and everything, you can transfer them anywhere in the world. Just the boundaries of the mental projection. That's the only thing that stops them. Okay. Now listen to commercial in context, not in visual, in context. For radio, in context. Okay. So how to do this is that you need to understand the focus of the people's listening process. Okay. So make it topical and timely. For example, Christmas now is the month of Christmas. If it's 25th of November, then you have one more month for Christmas. So malls and everything are playing Christmas song. If you were in the Philippines, Christmas starts as early as September, where everyone will wish Merry Christmas in September. 3 months earlier. Remember that, yeah? If you were in the Philippines, yeah? And also talk one-to-one. So radio is a medium where you talk one-to-one. So the announcers for hits, actually they talk one-on-one with the listener. Although they know they have millions of listeners in Malaysia, but they are rarely, usually they talk like friends. Everyday conversation. That's the way to go for radio advertisement. Okay. Register your brand name as early. Okay, as early as the first goal for your advertisement. Okay. For example, the Yusuf Tayo. Okay, people know it's about the fasting month of Ramadan. Yusuf Tayo. Example. Yeah. Use the strength of music. And also your sound effect. The music and sound effect is big pro. Advertise promotion, context, event, sampling, and also live remotes. Right? Now, there are basic structures of radio audience. Radio audience can be station fans, radio fans, music fans, and also news fans like Bernama Radio and so on. Bernama Radio, BBC. Some of them are really go for radio fans. Radio fans is where they hook up with radio announcer and they love the announcer so much that they follow the radio station wherever they go. They don't change. That's why if you see Hot FM, they're bringing in their recent announcer, okay, Farah Fauzana, and they put in there KJ as well. So KJ is how do we say? KJ makes the radio more focused, and you don't really see the side of KJ on the radio platform, for example. So that's the difference. And also now Hot FM says it's #1 radio station in Malaysia. Okay, example. That's why they roped in Ian for how many years of hiatus. Ian being roped into Hits again, and Hits the only radio station that has 4 announcers. Okay, Hot FM 3, but Hits 4. Okay, imagine 4. So they can rotate, and some of them can make shift and also go for rest. Now, basic radio revenue, radio advertisement revenue, okay, comes from network, sport, national, and local revenue as well. Okay, now, advantage of radio is target audience, flexibility. You can bring radio everywhere you go. You can bring the radio to the kebun. You can bring radio to the sawah, to the rumah. You can bring radio to the washroom, restroom, in your car, whatever it is. You can bring it. Okay, you can also download online radio as well. Okay, affordability. Everyone can buy a radio set. Now, radio also going online, so it's affordable. Everyone can listen to radio. It's the least expensive media. Everyone can afford to have radio wherever they go. Okay. Mental imagery, just as I said before, mental imagery means that the imagination of the listener enable listener to create their own picture in their mind. Okay. And using whatever I said just now, the visual, the audio, and everything. High levels of acceptance. Radio is not perceived as irritating. It's the soft background of our daily life. Okay, favorite radio station, favorite radio announcer will help to gain a little bit of interest by the casual listener. Casual listener means that you're not the one who always going to turn on to Hits every morning. Maybe the driver turn on Hits radio when you get the Grab. Okay, when you go for Grab car, example. Okay. Now, disadvantage, inattentive, because radio message are fleeting. Okay, commercial may be missed or forgotten. Just as I said, it's like the background sound. But if it's being repeated again and again, means from morning to 12 a.m., the same advertisement, it will ring a bell in your memory. Okay, like the use of tayo, it ring a bell because it talks about the month of Ramadan. Yeah? Lack of visual, you have to create a mental imagery. The mental imagery means it's hard for you to imagine some things in your mind. Okay, clutter. Listeners tend to divide their attention from doing their things and also listen to radio. Okay, reduce the likelihood that the message will be heard or understood by the listener. Means it's coming here and going there. Okay, but again, through repetition for the whole week, for example, the whole month, the same advertisement going to repeat again and again, you actually gonna get the message through. Okay, but if it's just for 1 week, no, it won't happen overnight. Yeah. Scheduling and buying difficulties for radio advertisement. Advertisers seek to reach a wider audience when need to buy time on several stations. It means you have to buy time for Astro Radio, RTM, CATS, online radio platform, podcasts here and there. So it's mind-boggling for you. It's hard work as well. Okay, not hard work lah. It's a lot of work to do. Lack of control. Sometimes the radio personality, the announcer, will say something or engage in a topic that is offensive and will hurt advertisement along the way. That's why a lot of radio being played. Okay, announcers are doing it pre-record. They can't go live because if you pre-record, then you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, creating a basic radio commercial must be able to stretch listeners' imagination, the main point there, listen to memorable sound, okay, present one message one-on-one, select your audience quickly, okay, you know, for example, youth, hits, adults, mix, okay, example, if Astro Radio, yeah, mention your brand name and the USP, from the start go of the advertisement. Okay, capitalize on events. For example, Christmas is coming. Okay, music. Okay, revolving around music that is, you can say, viral music right now, and also simple and memorable music, and use radio to reach drivers. Okay, drivers, now we focus on drivers trapped in the jam, whatever it is. Yeah, use radio when you want to target audience to take action. Okay, voice over important. Okay, and also do it pre-record, not live. But if you're good, for example, if you're good enough like Logan Paul in his podcast Impulsive, then you can go for live lah. Okay, Logan Paul. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next. And before that, just a summary. Sorry, we must have a conclusion. It's a conclusion. Radio is still important in our life, although it's just a background music. The information is still relevant for those living in rural area, those who living in kampong area, and those who are who are on the move, especially those trapped in a jam or using Grab car to go from one destination to another. That's all day, guys. Take care.